Welcome back, Slayers, to the world of Behemoth. Since the last video, I have been continuing with creating the vast world of Behemoth, and in doing so, I have created a few creatures that I feel shall liven up, or should I say, darken up the world of Behemoth. Within the world, the continent in which our story takes place in, Atalan, many different and unusual creatures find themselves living in the plains, jungles, and deserts of the land. These creatures and monsters have now become indistinguishable from the common creatures that have not been affected by Arcanum as much. The first one that I'd like to talk about is the ever-present and always troublesome Goblin. Goblins are violent, primitive humanoid found within and throughout Atalan. Their physical frames are quite similar to those of humans in structure, but even at full height, it is rare for a goblin to reach 5 feet. Appearance-wise, goblins have green skin, yellow eyes with slitted pupils, pronounced canine teeth, pointed ears, horns, and sometimes hunchbacks. Consequently, goblins cannot match the fearsome abilities of most other beasts, and an individual goblin possessing some sort of weapon is only about as powerful in battle as an unremarkable human. Goblins are mostly found outside of human influence, though they do not favor the cold north. They like to set up camp in abandoned human dwellings, small caves, or in the shelter of large rocks. They are also known to hide in underbrush for surprise attacks. Although they are generally considered the weakest of monsters, goblins are known for being particularly vicious, cunning, and sadistic. However, their numbers grow fairly quickly due to their ability to come into maturity at an accelerated rate, making them a rapidly increasing threat, if not dealt with quickly. In general, each individual considers himself to be smarter and better than the goblins around him, and therefore be more deserving than their other fellows. They have a self-serving mindset that one should not hesitate in taking the best for themselves, as would be exactly what goblins should and would do, only leaving what is less desirable for others, and thus one should help themselves first. The only value they see in grouping together in great numbers is purely how the individual can selfishly gain benefits from what the group brings to them. The next creature in the Arcanum Lexica is the Harpy. Harpies are a race of fierce, carnivorous, feminine humanoid beastwomen with the wings of a bird. Born with winged faces and a voice of an angel, the Harpy is a monstrous creature capable of fooling the most seasoned of warriors. Harpies come from the dark ritual that had happened in the beginning after the Catalyst, where a singular large group of cultists who had meddled with and bathed in raw Arcanum energy and exercised ritualistic orgies with the intestines of various birds. This resulted in a metamorphic change that affected around 400 individuals, turning them into proto-harpies, the ancestors of the harpies. 100 generations of inbreeding later has long since removed any glimmer of intelligence from the minds of harpies, to the point where they are closer to giant birds than people. Like most birds, they seem to have poor perception at night and avoid taking action during the dark hours, preferring to take their rest upon some safe perch. Yet, there have been tales of harpies attacking by the light of the moon or the fiery glow of torches, so will not pay to let your guard down at night. They do not speak, though their songs affect humans, lulling them into an almost mind-controlled obsession. They will attack any and all who come near by gouging or knocking down with their claws, or they may also grab a human victim and lift them to great heights before dropping them, usually to their death. Now, what makes the harpy extremely terrifying is that it's not just the fact that its songs can make people fall into a state of stupor. The wings that cover their faces house many eyes. These many eyes have an ability that is what makes them as dangerous as a behemoth. This ability is when the victim or prey looks into one of their many eyes, the ability to freeze an individual for a short period of time. This allows them to attack without any regard for being hurt. One tends to wonder how these creatures are considered simple creatures, and only small expeditions for extermination are common for them throughout Lindell, Ashore, and Anubis.